am Rachel Hanson, and welcome to Simply Fun Cooking. Today, we are making some simple and delicious Halloween treats. We are going to start out with a dinner dish, and then we're going to make a fun appetizer and a dessert to go with it. All right, we're going to start out with a delicious turkey chili with cornbread. And this is a dish that we're actually going to make all over one burner. It is hearty, it is delicious, and it's nice and warm for those cool fall nights. And it will serve an army, so it's perfect for trick-or-treating. We're starting out in the all-purpose pot here. All I have is some ground turkey, and I'm just starting to cook that up in a little bit of canola oil. And while that gets started, I'm chopping up in our manual food processor just a little bit of onion, 1 onion and 2 jalapenos. And we're going to get those nice and finely chopped. Just like that. All right, and we're going to press some garlic in here. Now the recipe calls for 2 cloves of garlic, but I love garlic, and I don't think you can ever have enough. So we're going to put a little extra in. We're using Pampered Chef's garlic press for this recipe. I absolutely love this piece because you never have to touch the raw garlic. You can put it in the press with the peel still on, press it, and then you just use this little tool to scrape out the shell. You don't have garlic fingers. I love that. Now what's really unique about this dish is that we are making it all on one burner, meaning the cornbread as well. And we're actually going to cook the cornbread, we're going to steam it right above the chili while the chili is cooking, while it's simmering. So this is a really nice meal. This is a really nice meal because you only have to use one burner on your stove, which gives you extra room for any sides that you might make on your stovetop. And it also gives you less dishes. And if it's a slightly warmer day, you don't have to heat up the oven and the stove. We can just do one. All right. We want to chop up our meat nice and fine. And when our turkey is almost done browning, I'm going to add in our onion and jalapeno. Just go ahead and take that blade out and dump it in. All right. So we're going to let this finish browning, and we're going to let our jalapeno and onion cook up just a little bit. And while we're waiting for that, we're going to get our cornbread ready. So we're starting with just a small box of cornbread mix, one of those 8.5-ounce boxes. Mix it up with 1/3 cup of milk, 1 egg. We're going to add in about 1/2 cup of corn, and I'm going to add some shredded cheese. About 1/3 cup of cheese, or a handful, whatever sounds good. Can never have too much cheese, I figure, especially in Wisconsin. All right. All right, so we'll get our cornbread ready in just a minute. Our meat is browned and our onion and jalapeno has started cooking. So we are going to add in our other chili ingredients. We are going to add 3 cups of water, 2 cans of black beans, drained and rinsed. 1.5 cups of frozen corn. 2 cans of diced tomatoes, and we are not draining these. We're going to leave the juice in there. I like to get the chili style that has some onion in it, a little extra seasoning. And then we are going to add a can of tomato paste. I'm using the Pampered Chef Smooth Edge can opener. This is a must-have in every kitchen because it leaves a perfectly smooth edge, which means your spatulas, when you scoop out your tomato paste, are not going to get all cut up on the edge. It'll help your kitchen products last a lot longer. All right. So we're going to just go ahead and add all these ingredients in. We're going to stir it up a bit and bring this up to a boil. And of course, for a little seasoning, we're going to add some of the Pampered Chef Tex-Mex rub. Just a couple tablespoons. All right. Go ahead and mix this together. Now, of course, you can add any kind of vegetables or beans. You could use ground beef. I like ground turkey. It's a little bit leaner. It's a little bit healthier. Nice, heart-healthy meat. All right, so we're going to cover that and let that come up to a boil. And while we're waiting on that, we're going to get our cornbread ready. So like I mentioned, we're going to steam our cornbread. So I have here the steamer. It's going to go right on top of our pot. And inside we have our little prep bowls. We're going to use 6 of them. And all we're doing is brushing a little bit of oil on the inside, just to help make sure the cornbread doesn't stick. And then we're going to take our cornbread mix and put that right in our prep bowls. Now this cornbread is going to steam and cook at the same time as our chili. What's really nice about cooking cornbread this way is that cornbread can be kind of a dry food. But when you steam it on top of your chili, all that steam is going to keep it nice and moist, and it's not going to be dry and crumbly. It's going to be absolutely delicious. And by brushing just a little bit of oil on all these prep bowls, it'll come out really easily. We can plop it right on a plate or in a bowl to go with our chili. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this right on top of our chili. And we are going to let this sit and bring it up to a boil. We'll check on this in a few minutes. so fun. I'm really excited about this. This is a cheese spread that's perfect for any Halloween party, and it's gonna look like Frankenstein's monster. So what we started with, I have in this dish, this is our cheese spread, our base. It is 2 blocks of cream cheese, mixed together with a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, some garlic and herb rub, some carrot, green onion, and some bell pepper. And I just mixed this together, and then we lined this glass container with saran wrap, and we threw this in there and left it in the fridge overnight just to solidify. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this out onto our platter. Just go ahead and pull that out. We'll kind of center it, and we'll pull our saran wrap off. All right, so this is going to be the base for Frankenstein's monster's head. Try to center it a little bit here. And what we're gonna do is on top, we need to make them green. So we're taking just a little bit of guacamole. You can use homemade or already prepared. We're making it super simple today, and I have already prepared guacamole. And we're just gonna spread some of this right on top of our cheese. We'll get the sides. Now remember, he's a monster. He doesn't have to be perfect. This is going to be a great dish to serve with chips or fresh veggies. We're going to put some fresh veggies on our platter with this today. All right. So you need about 1 cup of the guacamole. Spread that around. All right, now the fun part is we get to decorate him. So to do that, we're gonna start by making some hair. I'm just taking a carrot and our julienne peeler. You could also use the spiralizer with the spaghetti blade. And we're just making some long strips of carrot. And we're gonna take these and just kind of bunch them up and put them on top for his crazy, crazy hair. And the messier, the better. All right. We're gonna take a little sweet bell pepper, cut the end off, or cut both ends off actually. Cut it in half. Just kind of cut it into chunks. We're gonna take these little squares, or put them on the side as ears. All right. We're gonna also take a pretzel rod, chop that in half, grab a couple of olives, just whole black olives, and we're just gonna press an olive onto the end of each of our pretzel rod here. Put that in as our bolt. All right, for his nose, we're gonna use the end of a cucumber. And then we can take a couple of thin slices of cucumbers for his eyes. And we're gonna use an olive to give him some crazy eyeballs. From here, we're gonna go ahead and decorate with a mouth, give him an eyebrow and some stitches. I'm just using a little bit of balsamic glaze for this. This is a fun project for the kids because it can be as silly as you want. Again, he's a monster. You can't mess this up. You could also use some black decorating icing for this. All right. We have Frankenstein's monster, and we're just gonna go ahead and serve this with some peppers, and we're gonna slice up the rest of this cucumber. And now we have a super quick and healthy, yet festive Halloween treats. Treat we are going to make is some Monster Munch popcorn. This is a great treat to have out when you have your friends over for a Halloween party, when you need something quick and easy to take, or when you want to have something to munch on while you're waiting for trick-or-treaters. So we started with our family size popcorn popper. So I made a whole bowl, it's about 12 cups, and I just put a little bit of oil on there. What we're going to do is we're going to pour about half of this into our large mixing bowl, or whatever serving bowl you want to use. We're going to add a little bit of salt. And then we're going to add some fun mix-ins. I like to have a little salty and a little sweet, so we're going to add just some trail mix so that we have some nuts, some raisins, and some M&Ms. Add about half of a cup. Add some candy corn, nice and festive. And I've got the mix that has the little pumpkins inside too because they're so cute. So we'll add about half of that. A few mini pretzel twists. And some Teddy Grahams. I went for the chocolate. So we're going to add those in. Mix it up a little bit and repeat. Now when we add the popcorn in, we want to try to make sure not to get any unpopped kernels that might be at the bottom. Not usually too many. Now we're pretty full, so I'm just going to set that aside as a snack. So the rest of our trail mix, you could add in any mix-ins that you wanted. If you have some favorite Halloween candies that you wanted to chop up, some chocolates, you could put those in here. Around Christmas time, we could add in some peppermint or some chopped up candy cane. Maybe some mint chips. Oh, I forgot a little salt. All right, we're gonna make a fun drizzle topping for our popcorn. We're gonna melt a little bit of almond bark in our silicone prep bowl. Now, a lot of you have seen my kids on the show, and today they're actually in school. But those parents out there, you can relate. This little piece of almond bark, my 3-year-old got into and decided to gnaw off a piece. So we'll leave that one for later. All right, so we're just gonna take this almond bark and we're just going to melt it in the microwave in about 30-second intervals until it's just melted. All right, so we have our almond bark all melted. We're gonna give this a fun little touch and we're gonna add a little bit of food coloring. I'm gonna add a little bit of red and a little bit of blue, and we're going to make a nice purple drizzle for our popcorn. And I like the gel food colorings. They're not as liquidy. A little more. Just kind of keep adding until you have a good color mix that you like. Now for Halloween, of course, we could do orange. If you have black food coloring, you could do black. We're just making a pretty purple today. It's actually kind of a dark blue, but that'll be kind of fun. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the chocolate drizzler and we're gonna put some of our melted almond bark right inside. Just squish that down in. All right, now we can take our chocolate drizzler with the almond bark inside and we can drizzle right on top of our Monster Munch popcorn. And as this cools, that almond bark will harden up again and you'll have some nice drizzled flavor on top of your delicious sweet and salty treat. All right, we're gonna go back and check on our chili. So remember, we put our little cornbread into these little prep bowls. And they fluffed up all nice, and they should pull away from the sides of our dish quite easily since we oiled them. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just show you this finished chili. It's gonna be amazing. All right, so underneath here, we've got our chili simmering away. It smells delicious, so hearty. And remember, you can put any types of vegetables, any amount of spiciness in here that you would like. This chili also freezes well, so you can make a big batch of it and you can freeze some for a later date. If you like to prepare meals ahead of time, you can also take all these ingredients that we put in the chili today, you can put them in a big Ziploc bag and throw it in your freezer uncooked. And then when you're ready, when there's a nice cool day and you want to have that chili ready, you can dump it in your slow cooker and leave it sit all day and it'll cook up real nicely for you. So a very versatile dish. So here we have our chili. We're going to take our cornbread and plop that on the side there. And of course, no chili is complete without a little bit of sour cream and some fresh cheddar cheese on top. So there you have it, a perfect hearty chili. Great for these cool fall winter nights. All right, so I know you guys probably think that a whole chili dinner can be complicated, it can take a long time, but hopefully you saw today that this is not complicated, it's really easy, and all in one burner we have our chili simmering and our cornbread cooking right on top. Remember, you can take the leftovers and you can freeze them, and they freeze very nicely. All these little prep bowls come with lids, so that's perfect for storing any leftovers in the fridge without having to dirty more containers. Now what's really cool is that Pampered Chef has this entire all-purpose pot set on sale this season, so definitely check this out. You will use it every day in your kitchen for everything. It's one of my favorites. So the chili, quick and easy, delicious, it smells amazing, and I can't wait to dig in. Now our Halloween appetizer, our Frankenstein's monster cheese dip, again, a festive, fun appetizer, sounds really intimidating and scary, and although it looks scary, it wasn't scary to make. So what a great, great way to get the kids involved in the kitchen as well, because they can decorate the monster and have a lot of fun with it. And of course, our Monster Munch popcorn mix, super quick and easy, easy to cater to different tastes with different fillings, different mix-ins, whether you want it really chocolatey, really sweet, really salty. Play around with the colors of the almond bark. You could put chocolate on top instead if you wanted. All sorts of different ways that you can personalize this. It also makes a great treat if you want to put some in little treat bags for some of your trick-or-treaters coming this year. And one thing I didn't bring to show you guys today is that Pampered Chef also just came out with some Halloween cookie cutters, just like those fun emoji cookie cutters we used on our last episode for our sandwiches and pancakes, we now have those in Halloween styles as well. So have to go and check those out on our website. And check us out next month. On our next episode, we are going to show you some really great tricks on how to use your leftovers from Thanksgiving dinner and go through those and use them in some fun and new ways without having the same boring old turkey and stuffing every day. We're going to mix it up a little bit and have fun with it. So check that out. I want to thank you guys for joining us today, and I especially want to thank Sunshine Supper for letting us use their amazing kitchen. For those of you in the Sun Prairie area, make sure you come out on a Monday night for a free meal. Doors open at 5 and the meal is served at 5:30. We're right here on Main Street in Sun Prairie. If you'd like more information about these recipes or other fun recipes and products, you can visit our website at pamperedchef.com. You can search for me, Rachel Hanson, or your local consultant. And make sure you check out our blog. Up at the top of the website, there's a little button that says blog. And when you check out the Halloween blog, you will find all these recipes that we made today and tons more. Thanks for joining us today.